Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Nobunaga's Ambition, Sphere of Influence on the Mysterious JG. And it's time to probably consolidate some of our gains. Could try to keep pressing, but I mean, we've lost a lot of troops. So have the Tokugawa, of course. And we've got food supplies, so I mean, maybe we should keep going, but kind of feel like it's going to be necessary to slow down a bit here. Although, might be time to take Lida Castle. Let's go ahead and do our domestic turn first, though, shall we? So we do have castles with no one to protect them. Let's get new castle lords going in a few of these places. We could put Shaman Yamazaki in charge of Edo Castle. And there's some castles with nobody in charge. We'll put Akari Ando in charge of Odawara Castle. Who was actually in some of these places? I remember where I sent the Bloody Handed now. I guess I sent him down here somewhere. Okay, he's down here. He's charismatic, so he could take over from Monkey Merc. But now I've got bases with no officers in them, like Kofu Castle here. Could take over. Guys aren't great, but there's something. Or there are already officers on the way there, and that's why it's not being listed as a place with no officers. Shimoda Castle hasn't fallen yet, that's right. Most of these places only have one or two officers, so I'll probably leave this alone. Yeah, so that castle with nobody in it now already has people on the way. They're just from really far away. That's basically what's going on there. Western merchant is visiting. They are not selling tea caddies because they wouldn't be selling tea caddies now, would they? All right. Horses requires conscripts. That's just how nature works. Places with horses need the buildings that allow you to take advantage of horses as a resource are the conscript territory places. So. Agriculture zone. A lot of cities that can expand around here. What ring? Just a tiny little work to be done on the gate, but let's just get it done. Okay, get a church going. Curious to see. Yeah, why is nobody up here? None of these places are developing. I don't really understand that. All these places, like these, some of them have assigned stuff. Here, there appears to be no labor. I'm not really sure. But anyway, that used up all of our labor, so this will actually be a fairly short turn. Can teach courage, the cowardly dog. Movement speed down and attack power up greatly. Yeah, I think I'll give that to Masamune. Because he's got pretty high speed as it is, but taking it down slightly but giving him a big attack increase could be pretty damn useful. Statesman should go to somebody with a high pull score. Who's actually in our district, though. Let's give it to Elmandretta, the Avatar. And, because, I've used her for some of those types of things in the past. This one, attack power up slightly, 140% soldiers. Give this to Akari Ando so she can fight to the bitter end. I guess we got more people that we can give that to. Let's give it to Toriyama Rosaru. I don't know how many. So we got the senior manager job waiting in the wings to give to somebody. And we actually got through our labor pretty quickly this time. So let's take a look at whether we could muster up the force to attack that place. Maybe it could be the new base of operations for the Bloody Handed. Except that I moved him way down south.
I'll show you how we do battle.
So we will take this city before we go into kind of
I'll show you
a
how
rebuilding mode. It's Ladies' Night here in this attack, apparently.
We march.
We'll let these cities rebuild their troop counts. Tokugawa just... These are our guys? Oh. That's right, this is the big battle. This is over here. For some reason I thought the battle was here. Our big fight wasn't at Hodaka Castle. Our big showdown was at Matsukura Castle, which is like pretty much out of troops, but we refuse to let it fall. Alright, so if we take over this one, we've got these complete zones under our control. And this little district here, this becomes their border with Ieyasu. So we'll want to have some pretty good generals in Lita Castle, because that'll really, we'll have two pathways through which we can end up getting in combat with them. And this like valley between Nike Castle and Lita Castle, and then on the southern coast. People keep getting the directions wrong. You guys realize that this is west and this is east, right? I've had several people in the comments talking about how finally it will be revenge for the west, and now the great armies of the west are marching. Like, I've had more than one user seems to be confused. Like, this map is a little skewed. It's kind of like twisted slightly clockwise. But this is really the northern part of Japan. But actually this is... Japan is shaped like... What's the right way to put this here? It is all canted, but this is like... When they talk about the Eastern Army versus the Western Army, the Eastern Army was the Tokugawa, who controlled this area, and the Date, who were one of their allies in history, versus all these clans out here. So this is the West. The West is the best. Now, the West is where we're actually pushing to conquer. We've taken over the East. Just throwing that out there. Are there any...
Let's enact a policy.
At one point I was being careful about cash, but it doesn't really seem to be a problem anymore. Improve firearms. We won't do area army, though. We've got all the other progressive things except area army. Because I do like having the daimyo have some direct control. Court affiliation, diplomacy effects and bureau increase. That's kind of a trade. Not going to do anything to decrease troop supply right now. Nope, I think that's what I want. Although did I just cancel the one that
enact a policy.
Yeah, improve firearms. We'll go ahead and reactivate.
Let's let everyone know.
Not 100% sure it does anything when you're using dragoons, but where's Vulture Bobo's unit? Okay. Vulture Bobo's unit probably just needs to pick a new city and settle in there. And actually, Vulture Bobo's unit could settle into Lita Castle once the time comes. It might not be part of conquering it, but he could take over. Show them our spirit. Who are we fighting? Oh. So you guys are pressing forward. Okay. So Kojuro Katakura now under AI control, and this is a powerful army. This was I put together this army to take Odawara Castle and didn't encounter as much resistance as I was afraid of. So they could just decide they want to press forward, and I guess I'll roll with it and see what they do. And I believe that's why the war music is playing here. But you're heading back. I'm not really sure what they're doing.
What's the matter? Come and get me!
So that Kakatsugu's taken Shimoda Castle. The Drunk Shimoda have
Enemy
become our
officer
allies.
captured.
So it is still part of our district, even though it looks like it would be it was taken over by guys from the other districts. Can't
We
stop
march.
us. Kato! Kato clan was eliminated at N3SH. So where were the Kato clan? They were these guys. Okay, so they got wiped out. I kind of, between videos I was glancing at that, I kind of figured that was going to happen. So, other than the meta, it hasn't really paid off to be part of the anti-Tokugawa coalition for anyone else. I guess the Tachibana and these guys are kind of looking like they might drive the Mori off of Kyushu. That's about it. Oh, hold on, there's already a bunch of fighting going on here. Yeah, we'll tell them to attack.
Let us show them how we do battle.
So we'll have the Takibana attacking the Mori as the Mori are trying to attack these guys whose names I keep forgetting. The Kato clan. I thought the Kato clan just got eliminated. This is Kato with a... I guess we had two very similarly named clans or something. So there was a clan over here that I thought was going to get wiped out. I thought that's what just happened. I'm really not sure what's going on over here. But the Mori are nothing. Like, once we get over there, if the game is still going when we get to the Mori, we're going to roll right over them. It'll be easier than the Tokugawa were. And the Tokugawa put up less fight than I was expecting. Well, we don't want Kujiro to die, but, oh, Kame Hato is a slick one, just sneaking in behind. My name is Tadan now. I shall work wholeheartedly for the Date clan until I draw my last breath. Wow, we got Matsudaira kids being born into our clan. Hideyasu Yuki's heir. At the siege of Osaka, he performed well by stopping Yukimoto Sanada's charge. Due to several counts of misconduct, he was stripped of his titles and exiled. Sounds like a real winner. Okay, we've got retainers with new abilities.
Your orders? Reporting in.
We are winning a battle.
Here is last month's balance.
Out past the lines that I intended to draw, but for the time being, but that's fine. We did spend more than we took in this time, though.
Reporting in.
Enemy castles have been scouted. Trading is paid off. Quite a few messages coming in now.
What are you wanting?
Pardon me there. Okay. So this place can expand, and it has to be crafts, because we have a gold vein. Let's get going on that as fast as possible, obviously. Oh, you know what? We've got probably we've got nobody in Shimoda Castle, yeah. We'll get the two Yagyus over here. Nice, but Oda Castle probably doesn't need 5 people anymore. We got some pretty talented officers over here too. And Oda Castle used to be a pretty important frontline castle. It really isn't anymore, so we will pull some people off of it. Sorry, I had a little body issue that I'm just kind of... sorry. All right. So we will move towards an orchard here. When I say move towards an orchard, I mean build one. Well, I built conscripts here eventually. It would be useful to have a cargoman, but I don't know that I ever will. Did I just build the wrong thing entirely over, God, where was it? Ugh. Someplace that I went towards Orchard, but now I feel like I wasn't paying attention. Whatever. Alright. Here's the church, here's the steeple. Open the door, it's Creeple people. Special fare, gold income, population increase, Weaver. Gold income, crafts. I will go for population increase. Cariando is not actually working on that. Sorry, it was the ninja lady, Eventide Fate. Get an orchard going here before we have much of anything for it to actually improve in neighboring districts. This lowers innovation. Well, I don't think I'm going to go to the trouble of rebuilding all. There could be a temple someplace. I'll live with it. Okay, so now it is well and truly time to develop everywhere we can before we just use up what's left of the points. We can tell these places need to be made better just by the fact that there's troops traveling through there. There comes a point where you just want better roads. Just building up roads everywhere at this point. I don't even care. Just want to be able to move faster. All these troops going all these places. Spent a lot of gold on this, but I think in the end it's worth it just to have good roads. Spend a lot of time on this too with your officers. They could be at this for months. So maybe the smart thing would have been to go out on fewer roads repaired per each 3 labor. It's weird how the road repair works. It's always 3 labor, but you get to do up to 4 road improvements. But if you do a lot, it just eats tons of time. But this is costing a lot of money. Let's improve the roads that we're going to be using in the next phase of the invasion here. This massive road improvement project we're doing now. And that's kind of a straight shot road there. I don't have too many roads left to build to use up all of the remainder, which just makes me want to build more roads. Just going road crazy. I'm going road wild. Road wild indeed. Is this wise? It might not be wise. Now I'm on this road building kick. Just want this territory we took over to be the best that it can be now that we've taken it over. Yeah, really, I'm just, in case it has an effect on cities that are like 1 hex over, I'm trying to improve these roads in the valley here. But,
what are you wanting?
It's kind of making it so I don't have as much money as I once had.
Thanking you very much.
Should have plenty to get through the year, though. I mean, food. Even after selling that. Because the next title could be pretty expensive. Then again, if I become Shogun, I guess I don't really care about getting lesser titles from the Imperial Court anymore. And if you were to actually look at all officers in the world, you would see that Teramoto Mori actually has a higher title than Ieyasu Tokugawa. And, okay, never mind. These people don't have titles. I just, at some point. Monkey Merc is the only person in our force with a title that's not higher than Ieyasu's title, actually. Heir to Takamoto Mori, he succeeded his grandfather Motonari during the Battle of Sekigahara, became Supreme Commander of the Western Army but never fought. Well, that's interesting. Alright guys, calling it a video here. It's another one of those boring domestic videos, I know. But when we come back next time, we'll have a little bit more war, although honestly we've reached a point where I think we're going to have to let time pass and let our troop counts come back. I mean, this is still the last gasp of our first big push against the Tokugawa, and it was massively successful. So, I don't know how much faster I could be doing this, guys. See you next time.